Camel Cam is in the house.
I can't. Camel Cam is first.
Yes, he is.
What's
Volume. Oh, it's already muted from last week, maybe. Nice. Oh, I just got the announcement. Bearded Therapy is live, although it will not come in. There we are.
Yeah, I'm refreshing my YouTube.
There we are. Hey, Camel Cam. Good to see you.
What's up, Cam?
All right, so we are here. We have a fourth guest, or a second guest, actually, a fourth person. Hopefully, Bearded Outdoorsman is just running a little behind, but welcome back, y'all. We just like shooting the breeze. Hey, Tyson, good to see you.
Tyson.
Hey, nice.
Motivation is in now. All right.
And we'll give a minute or two for the room to populate, Keith, and then we'll get rolling.
Yeah, far away.
All right. Hope everyone's having a good week. It's been a long week. Beard Jets, nice to see you. The Bearded Zebra. Zebra, I don't know you, but welcome aboard.
Yep. I never seen them before. Yeah.
Outstanding.
Gents, we love that coffee soap. I love it. My wife loves it. My kids keep trying to steal it. And, we play goalie with it so they don't – because they'll take a bar of soap and they'll just submerge it in water just to see it disappear. And I'm like, oh, so like we keep it high, I used it this morning. Oh man, it smells so good.
Rob Acker is in the house.
Came out like a lot.
Good to see you, Rob.
That's it.
Hi, Rob.
Beard Therapy. Insert witty title here.
Witty.
All right, we got 9. So let's kick us off at least with some introductions. If you do not know this handsome couple just above me, I have known them for quite some time. We have Lone Bear Beard in the house. Here we are. And Keith and Cindy Shelton, welcome to Beard Therapy. I'm glad you could join us.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So you can see that when, and Keith's going to get to this really kick-ass shirt that he had made that he was nice enough to send to Johnny and I. We're going to get into that a little bit later. But right now, we're just going to start off with, some, what's in Beard?
In Beard, for me today, I am wearing Beard's Dignified KC Shuffle. I'm wearing their oil and their and their balm.
That is one I have wanted to try for a long time.
And so Cindy and I actually got to sit down with the owner of Beard's Dignified, and we had a cocktail or two together. And
not you. I don't believe
right, amazing. And we traded some product, and it was a great experience. And he's a standout guy. He lives right across the state line from us. So.
He's a Kansas guy, right?
He's Kansas, and he's Kansas, but he lives probably 10 miles away from us, so not very far.
Now, I know Beard Dude about 2 months or so ago managed to meet him in Vegas. He was in Vegas for some reason.
Okay.
And Angel vlogged about that, which I thought was really cool. And that's the one with the black currant, right? That case.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one I've really wanted to try. What's your take on it?
I like it. It's got and Cindy struggled at. He's got these child-safe tops on it, but it's nice. It's a clone-ish. I think it's clone-ish.
Okay.
We don't do a lot of clone scents, but what do you think out of bottle?
This guy's a cologne.
That guy's a cologne.
That's it right there.
Dang it. I don't know. I still kind of struggle with it. I think it smells better once it goes on.
It's better in beard than in bottle.
Yeah.
And
It opens up more.
And,
Is
he,
that- is
and
that
he's
correct?
a
Sorry,
huh?
go ahead, Keith. Go ahead.
He's a thick oil too. When you look at it, and let's just do a little bit. I don't know if you can see that,
Yeah,
but
I can see it.
it's a pretty thick oil. So
I know that
I don't
curd
know.
can be kind of sharp. Is it too sharp for you, Cindy? Is that your problem with it?
Could be.
Okay.
Could
I
be.
smoked a couple
Warmed up,
curds.
smells pretty good.
Yeah. It's,
I like it, but
All right. Well, in
I
honor of our
wanted
guest
to do
tonight,
something different. I didn't want to wear our product for this stream.
well, I think two of us are wearing your product. Now, I've been wearing a lot of fall scents lately, which is the only reason I'm not wearing Autumn Bear, because I truly do love that scent. But I love this old school guy as well. It's in purple, my favorite color. And this is the Noble Bear. I love this Noble Bear. Keith and Cindy, thank you for sending this to me when you sent me
you're welcome.
Autumn Bear. This is a great little scent. Johnny, what are you rocking today?
I am wearing something that's not released yet.
Oh.
I had to ask permission to see if I can even say that I'm wearing it.
Oh.
Because it's not doesn't come out yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a little plug for my my good friend Emo. His collaboration with Barn Brand Beards. It's called Imologist. I'm not gonna go over the scent profile or anything like that because I'm gonna wait for the launch party, which I'm just gonna share the screen real quick just so it can be seen. The launch party, it's going to be on Say Hustle's Instagram live feed this Sunday, October 6th.
Real Talk? Is it on Real Talk?
Yeah, it's going to be on Real Talk. That's right.
Okay.
3 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's when they're going to debut the scent. It is for a really good cause. I think all the proceeds are going to the American Heart Association. There's a big backstory with the scent profile and the whole reason why the oil exists. So you're not going to want to miss that. And it's when I heard the story, I got choked up a little bit because, yeah, you got to hear the story. You'll hear it if you go to the launch party, of course.
So that I haven't received that scent yet, and we are receiving that scent. We actually worked really hard on those labels for Emologist, and so Emo and us had worked really hard on those labels, and then we sent them to Tex to make that happen. But Tex didn't have the capabilities at the time. But no, those are how many people are in this chat? Can you tell on your screen?
12.
We got maybe a dozen. Yeah, a dozen right now.
Okay, but no, those labels are 100% Emo's vision, and
hey, Eric.
they're pretty cool.
Eric York, another Union brother.
Nice.
Nice to see you in here.
Brett Burton and Mo have popped in since I last checked. Hey, guys. Mo, I was in your live for a little bit last night. Love the fall scent stuff that was going on there. Glad to hear Autumn Autumn Bear scored highly with Scott because I know Johnny and I are real fans of that one.
Yeah.
And I want to say real quick, before Johnny does beard news, I want to say real quick, because I can never say it enough, if it were not for Keith and Cindy's vision, there never would have been a bearded roundtable, and there never would have been a beard therapy. Because when they released Papa Bear, they had an idea of doing a live release with a bunch of reviewers, and I really loved having all those voices, and it just sort of inspired me. I stole virtually all their cast. When I went to Javi, I said, Javi, we got to do this. Javi, who wasn't here, I don't know if he still is. I said, Javi, we got to do a live. And he was down with it. And we just was like, well, who do we want? Well, Bearded Jester was on Lone Bear. We liked him. The Beard Show was on Lone Bear. We liked him. So I wanted to personally be able to thank you, Keith and Cindy, because your release was an inspiration for me to do these kind of group lives.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
All right, Johnny, hit us with some news, brother.
Okay. I wasn't prepared. Give me like 2 seconds. Talk among yourself.
Okay. Well,
hey, I can talk. I can talk about the company and different things that have kind of come up lately.
You can go.
I'm gonna feed you that in just a sec when we're done with the news, Keith. We're gonna let you go on the Lone Bear Information Hour.
Right on.
10 minutes, whatever. We'll get you talking about these shirts and everything else. The one bit of beard news I wanted to share is I love this idea Tyson has come up with for the bearding. If you know Tyson and his channel, the dude never goes half power. He's always going full power. He's walking into our beard owner's electronic shelves and just like running his forearm across it, dumping all the product in the cart. He's doing awards. Like, he's going to get legit awards. He's doing votes. And I just DM'd him and I said, hey, man, I love this idea so much. Any way I can help you, I will. And I appointed myself campaign manager and hype man for this Beardies thing. If you haven't voted, go to faithfullybearded.com. Check out what Tyson has going there. And let's show up. Sometimes we do things, and as a community, we don't show up enough. And I think this is a really cool idea that could go on and on and on, and I'm behind it 100%. So that is my beard news of the week that I'm really hyped on. Johnny G.
Okay, so I don't know if a lot of people know about the big giveaway that Rogers Bearded Barbecue is having. He's been promoting it for a while on his Instagram and everything like that. And I kind of just he was sharing how he didn't get a lot of entries. So I wanted to just put it out there. Maybe people don't know about it, but it's a pretty grand giveaway. He's going to give away, I guess, a combo pack from each one of the companies that are entered in. So I saw that and I said, oh, okay, I'll mention that on Beard Therapy to maybe he'll get some entries in. And that's that. And I kind of wanted to go over a segment that me and Joe were going back and forth with. Through the time that I've been in this community and reviewing and everything like that, I've only been in since February. So it's only 7 months or something like that, around there, give or take. And there's a lot of something, a lot of drama going back and forth and all that stuff, and a lot of he said, she said, a lot of things that happen behind the scenes and everything like that. So I had the idea of taking a chunk of time from Beard Therapy to have a hash it out session. So if anybody has, quote unquote beef with somebody else and they want to address it to the person directly instead of going, behind their backs or talking to other people about them. And, what I'm saying, like all that, high school stuff, politics that happen. We will set aside a little chunk of time here. The two parties can come together and they can talk it out. And of course it'll be moderated and all that stuff. And they won't get out of hand or anything like that, just to clear the air, maybe. So that's just an idea. If anybody's interested in that, definitely hit me in the DM, and then we can settle things civilized and just talk it out and not have this horrible negativity back and forth in the community, because nobody wins with negativity. Bearded Outdoorsman just came in, so he's going to jump right in right now, and ta-da, there he is.
Awesome. All right. Hey, that's just how you doing, man? It's Bizarro World. You're in Georgia, right, Outdoorsman?
I am.
Awesome.
Very hot all the time, year round.
All right. So for those who don't know, this is the Bearded Outdoorsman. He has a unique take. He and I talked a long time ago. We were, smaller channels, although Outdoorsman has grown, and we put playlists of each other's stuff on each other's channels. And I think he, remind me of your first name, brother. Is it Matt?
Doug.
He has a unique take between the beard stuff and the outdoor gear. So if you haven't checked him out, I would. I think he's very much under the radar in some aspects, but he's very solid, and I love watching his stuff. So thanks for coming on tonight, Doug. I appreciate that.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity.
Now I'm going to hand this over to Keith and Cindy for a second. You're upside down, and is it just me or is Doug upside down?
No,
No, he's right side up.
good to me.
I know.
Hold on. I am
About
taking
that.
a picture. I am taking a picture right now to post on my computer. Doug is totally upside down. All right, I've got that handled.
His
All
hat
right, let's.
upwards. And I'm like,
Down there.
Loving that beard, by the way, Doug. Beard's looking awesome today.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so let's toss it over to the Lone Bear duo. Give us some updates on Lone Bear. Talk about these lovely shirts you had made. Anything you guys want to give out there?
Okay, awesome. So first of all, everybody knows that the month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We are donating a portion of our proceeds of our breast cancer awareness beanies and our breast cancer awareness shirts. I gotta move this over so you can see the front.
Yeah.
The
There you go, grab one.
and then
Grab mine.
and so we have shirts and beanies that are both available on our website. $5 a shirt get donated, $5 a beanie. In addition, if you order anything in the month of October at Lone Bear Beard, you're gonna get this special breast cancer awareness sticker, which is a pretty cool sticker. What else is going on with us?
Here's the beanie.
There's the beanie.
Oh, hold on, wrong direction.
oh,
Right there.
cool.
And I personally
nice.
all these on.
So, some other things that are happening with us. We released Autumn Bear. Autumn Bear was a huge hit for the fall scent extravaganza. Lots of positive comments on Autumn Bear. It is probably the manliest pumpkin spice that you'll ever smell, and I don't know how else to describe it. It's heavy on the cinnamon. It's heavy on clove and of the other spices. Where it's not a. If you think that Autumn Bear is going to be a scent that is in a Starbucks coffee, you're wrong. Autumn Bear is the manly version of a pumpkin spice. So a couple other things for our company. We just enacted a free shipping for domestic shipping on all orders over $35. That's pretty awesome. But it's one way that we can help
There you go. Keep talking.
help the customer.
Here's if I can get it to the camera in the right direction. So the ribbon here is on the left side. I believe I chose that to be left because it's where your heart is, over towards the left side of your chest.
Oh.
And then there's that bear again. Then it's just kind of like this. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but it's not completely pink.
Yeah, we
There's
can
a
see
little
that.
white around the bottom. Okay.
So where was I? I was at free shipping,
Free
Right.
which unfortunately, shipping, the company or the customer, neither one of us benefit from shipping. So for the shipping to be free at orders over $35, at least the customer benefits from that. On October 1st, we celebrate our 1-year anniversary as a company. We are extremely pleased with where the company has gone. The company started as a mistake, and it's done nothing but grow with amazing support. This community has been amazing to us as a company. So these breast cancer awareness shirts and hats are our way of giving back to people, to the community, from the bearded community. In the next 2 weeks, we'll be releasing our night butter, which is pretty exciting. we've been through testing on several different phases on that, and we are at our final stage, and looks like we're going to release that in about 2 weeks. We have 2 collaborations going with people in the community that unfortunately we're not able to release the scent profiles with those collaborations, but we are excited to work with both of these people, and we've worked very hard with both of these people on these collaborations. We started our affiliate program this year, and that has been a huge success so far. One of the better decisions that we've made as a company is to start this affiliate program. And last one. Oh, and we're also sponsoring. If anybody is in the state of Missouri or Kansas or Iowa that's on the stream, we are a co-sponsor of a beard and mustache competition in Hermann, Missouri, which is the Missouri wine capital. It's a little German town, and we are sponsoring that beard and mustache competition with the whiskey distillery, the tobacco shop, and some other things in that community. Now it's about 3.5 hours away from us, but we're excited. It is such a cool little town.
Oh,
Like there's 0 hotels in this town. If you want to stay in the town, then you stay in a cottage or a bed and breakfast style place. That there's no big name hotels or anything like that. And they've got about 6 wineries, 2 whiskey distilleries, and it's just kind of a neat little German town. So we're excited to be part of this.
That's awesome. I remember a few months ago, you and Cindy went on like a wine date. Was it in that town?
Yes. Actually, that wine date wasn't in that town. That was a couple months ago, wasn't it? When we went to Red Fox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember you posting it to Instagram.
Yeah, we were actually.
Okay, yeah.
We were actually just heading back from a doctor appointment that we had to drive a long way for.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding. And I'm going to throw it over to Doug real quick. Doug, what is your vision for your channel? So those people who don't know you or who've never watched you, kind of give the folks out in the crowd, the people that'll view this later, an idea of what the Bearded Outdoorsman's channel is all about.
Well, I try to do reviews from somewhere other than a bathroom mirror. I try to take it outside, do something different, not only as a way to stand out and be different, but to give a change of scenery. Tie in that outdoor, that hiking stuff as well, and kind of give a little bit for anybody. I can't count the number of comments that I've had from beard community people watching my hiking videos going, I need to get outdoors more. So just a way to either bring some of people together from both, people that are hikers that have a beard that don't know anything about beard products, or vice versa. So
outstanding. And you've been doing this a while.
This past August was a year, so a little over a year.
Nice.
Slow growth.
Right, you and me both.
That's the thing with YouTube, man. It's not a race; it's a marathon.
But you're doing well. I noticed you had posted on a certain subscriber milestone recently on Instagram, so that's awesome because we don't talk a lot, but we have been talking for a while. I'll put it that way, you know.
Oh yeah.
So Doug, I'm going to throw this out there since you're the outdoorsman guy. I don't know if it can be done, but it was just an idea that I had in my head, like as I was getting ready for the show. A beard balm and oil that has like some DEET in it, would you wear that? You know, like mosquito repellent. Because a lot of outdoors guys have beards, so like it would make sense to have those two mixed together.
Yeah, but DEET's not really good for your skin though, so I don't know what it would do for your beard.
See, I don't know. I'm not
off or something.
I'm not the chemist. Like maybe it's like natural citronella or something like that. You know, put in there. I don't know how it would work because you know I'm not a. That's not what. That's the idea.
Johnny.
Yes.
Kind of answer to that. I have been working on this for several months now, and I just refuse to put it out there until it's really ready. But this would address your concern there. I'll put it up there kind of closer so you can see right there.
Oh, chemical-free bug repellent.
Yeah.
So that's actually a repellent, not a oil
and
or
it
whatever.
works.
Repellent.
I just need to get it right still. I mean, of course, it's like anything else. It's, you know, because it's all natural, you are going to have to reapply. You know, you can't expect it to last 8 hours and, you know, right. I mean, but it is a lot safer. It doesn't taste nasty if you end up, you know, catching a little bit on your fingertip or something and touch something else by mistake. And then there is something else I was kind of working on too, and I don't have a label for that, but it is a butter. Kind of like a lotion, you'd spread it. You know, I personally love it because mosquitoes love my blood, and I'm not going to donate to the mosquitoes.
Right. So you had that idea, and then you have that on the ready. I love that.
Yeah, that's wild.
Been working on it for a while.
Oh man, I'm glad I'm not the only one that has like these like ideas that just manifest out of thin air. Like, like you know, because I always think of like having not one purpose kind of product. Like, all right, a beard oil does what it does. It conditions your skin, softens your hair, all that other stuff. But I feel like there should be maybe something a little extra in there just to give it another purpose, you know? So I thought bug repellent. I don't know how that came to me, but I don't know.
Johnny, did you ever watch the old Alton Brown Food Network show, Good Eats?
No.
He's a guy who likes multitasking kitchen appliances. So like something like a quesadilla maker or a waffle iron, something that has a single application he's not a fan of.
Right.
He wants something that can do multiple things. So that's you. You're like that's your Alton Brown coming out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want the multitasker.
I'm like that with a lot of things, you know. That's weird, you know.
Yeah. Well, hell, of course, more bang for your buck, so to speak.
Yeah. You know, you shoot. You know, and you can market it so many different ways. You could charge extra. You know, you do a lot of things with that.
So we got some people in here since the last time. Ryan C., my brother, good to see you. Audra, Mrs. Ape is in here. T-Bearded Strickland has hopped in here. And our boy from a week or two ago, Joey Hookham, who had the Conan beard the other day, I told him. He is joining us today, probably smelling of fish and Coca-Cola. Which may be a good smell if you're from where Joey's from. I don't know. I got to tell you, I just can't do the throw the fish back thing. If I am going to take, by the way, fishing to me, now understand I'm a Westerner who has moved into the Midwest, but fishing, and Doug, don't come and find me and strangle me when I say this. Fishing to me is like watching flies fuck, okay? I just do not get any enjoyment out of the activity. So if I'm going to sit out there for 2 to 3 hours and I'm going to get something, I'm going to fucking eat that something. I'm not just going to say yeehaw and throw it back, all right? Because I like fish. I'm a big fish fan. I respect Joey for being able to do that and having the skill to yank him and keep bringing him in and feel he can throw him back, no problem. But that's my philosophy on the fish thing. Catch and release, whatever.
That's a sport about it, you know.
Fuck the sport about it. It's hunting on a line. You know, I guarantee you, when we were way back in the day with the natives of this country, they weren't throwing it back because they needed to eat. sport. If I want sports, I have a ball, okay? I'm not catching a living animal. All right, you can now all unsubscribe from my channel that didn't like that unsubscribe from my channel. All right, where are we at? We're at 9:30. Johnny, I think it might be time to do, well, I don't know if we want to do beer company today, but I do know we want to do reaction video.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, well, let's talk about, before we even talk about reaction videos, let's talk about something that happened to me this summer.
Go right ahead. Oh, yeah, go right ahead.
Hold on. So, this summer, I had an accident. And the accident was, I was pulling an overhead garage door down, and the rope wrapped around my pinky finger and wrapped around it, and my finger went into the track of the garage door. So the wheel comes down and cuts my finger off. So we go to the hospital, and it's me and my brother and one of my kids. And so we're at the hospital, and everybody's trying to make the best of the situation. And they asked me, they said, hey, have you had, we're going to have to amputate it all the way to the joint. And I said, okay. And they said, well, I said, just put me down and do what you got to do. They said, well, when's the last time you ate? And I said, well, about 2 hours ago, I had this killer ribeye. Well, and they're like, well, we can't put you down because you had this killer ribeye, right? So I was awake during this entire amputation, and for let's see if I can get this right.
Oh, geez.
Bring it over. Oh,
So this is
it's like this.
this is my left hand, and son of a gun. I'll get that right. So this is my left hand, and I lost this part of it right here. And so anyway, so as this guy's going in and doing surgery, they say, hey, or is it okay if we put some music on? I said, yeah, please do. I got to be awake during this thing, right? So I'm in there, and she's like, well, what do you want to listen to? And I said, I don't even care. Whatever he wants to listen to is what, the guy that's doing the surgery, I want him to be happy. I mean, if I sit there and say, oh, I want you to play Rage Against the Machine or something, and he wants to listen to Elton John, we're listening to Elton John, this is the way it's going to work. So anyway, so he decides what he wants to play in three songs, which is about 9 minutes. I was in and out of that surgery room. I was awake during the whole time as they were. So what happened was, right underneath my fingernail is where it got cut off. So they had to amputate down to the joint so that they had enough skin to
flip over.
to make it happen. So Johnny, are you ready?
Five-finger death punch.
It's 4.5 fingers.
Yeah.
All right, so this right here is our first reaction video, and imagine having this happen while you are completely awake and conscious, and have had a full stomach of steak and beer.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I lost Bearded Outdoors.
Bearded Outdoors is like, I'm out.
I'm about to leave too. Holy cow. Holy cow.
Queued it up.
Johnny, did you know about this, you son of a bitch?
Huh?
Did you know about this? Whatever they're doing?
No, he didn't. I sent it to him.
Yeah, he just sent it to me like before. He was like, hey, throw this on. I was like, you know what? I got to see it and then like just to because holy shit. All right, ready?
Oh, I'm not ready, but go on. God damn it! I don't want to have to watch this.
What I'm gonna do is I'm going to just there.
Doug, get your ass back in here. If I got to do it, you got to do it.
So,
Johnny Grooms. Okay, I can watch that.
you ready?
No, but go on. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Man.
Jesus! I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
Oh.
Ow!
Joe, you got to be able to react. You got to watch a little bit.
I think I'm reacting, Keith. Oh. Oh,
We're done.
it's like how they make the area where Ken's dick is. It's like they pull that up so it doesn't have anything. Oh my god.
So
Oh.
this was my Sunday evening on June 30th of this year. So
Oh shit.
Watching them do that?
yeah.
You were watching them do that?
Yeah. I mean, because they couldn't put me down.
They couldn't put like a curtain. Like, you know how they do a C-section? You put a
Turn
curtain.
away, Keith. What are you
They-
doing?
I was talking to the guy while he was doing it.
Were you making eye contact with him, or were you like, "Hey, buddy, blah blah"?
No,
blah?
I was looking at him. I wasn't really looking at the finger. He's
Oh, thank
grinding
God.
away and yanking and pulling and
Yeah,
and
you could
stuff
feel
like
all
that.
that pressure and shit, though, right? Even though you were numbed up, but you could feel all that.
Oh yeah. So
Oh,
You know what it is that your brain makes the sensations more than like you actually feeling something. So like
the music helped.
when I split, I had fallen down a mountain, right? And the only injury I had was that this whole thing split open to like the muscle tissue. So
Ooh.
like when I got to the medical center, they what hurt more than anything was them shooting the lidocaine in the wound, like with the needle. That killed me. I was so stars, But once this was numbed up, like he just took that wire brush and he was like, and the blood was spraying everywhere, and like I can see my fat tissue, my muscle tissue, like everything in there, and he was just cleaning it up, and like I didn't feel anything, but as I'm looking at it and watching like my hand get covered in blood and gore and all that stuff, I started to like almost feel it in my head, but I didn't feel anything. He could have cut my hand off. I wouldn't have felt it, but yeah, it was weird to watch that. But I can't imagine watching them like amputee like off my finger, man. That's rough.
Rob,
I want to tell you, the music he played was Journey.
oh, so you lost your finger to Journey to Steve Perry,
That's what he wanted.
I guess.
I wasn't going to argue with him.
Did Beard Eye really leave? Like he left?
I don't know.
Oh,
Rob, you're right. I've had 4 children born, and I've been this close to my wife's face for all of them. I do not want to be at the business end of that. I would faint. I can handle all the fake blood, but real blood, give me shit, give me piss, give me vomit, but blood, no, thank you.
see, like the childbirth didn't bother me. I was
Oh,
there, I was there, and like because I wanted to see what was happening. And
you son of a bitch! You see where you've taken this show? God, you hijacked my show and made it a bloody mess. And Johnny, you're freaking accessory to the crime, you son of a gun. All right, now I feel no guilt about tonight's reaction video. You ain't all roast in hell for this one. God.
okay, so do you want to set it up? You want to set it up or just play it? Which one? What do you want to do? How you want to do this?
No, I don't want to set it up because I want them to be surprised too, damn it. But I think it deserves a little setup. All right. I'm just going to give it the minuscule setup. If you were here 2 weeks ago with Nels Beard and Javi, right? Javi was our guest with Nels.
Yes.
With Nels and Javi, we got into a quick side tangent of something called fecal transplanting. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
Johnny,
no.
it's all you.
All right, here it goes.
And I'll explain later. Now keep your eyes open because I certainly did.
If you guys don't hear audio, please let me know because I don't know if I shared the audio. I think I fucked up. All right, let's see. Let me know if you hear audio.
Rob back. No audio.
No audio?
No audio.
No audio.
Nope.
Oh, yeah. That's right, bitches. You're getting a taste. You're getting a taste. Rob Acker said no, and Helifat said, here we go. Yes. Keith, did you keep the piece of your finger that they cut off?
No, they wouldn't let me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
here.
PJ Ramstack is a Washingtonian who suffers from severe ulcerative colitis, which he treats with his neighbor's feces.
So what I'll do is I'll take the raw stool. I'm going to put it into the Ziploc baggie. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right.
That's shit
Oh.
from his neighbor.
Just always put a little bit to itself, and then actually put a little bit easier. Got it in. Some people can do this really fast. Just kind of inject it in, and this will probably take me close to 10 minutes each. Just kind of sit here and really slowly go through it.
Yes.
So we have seen a finger get amputated, and we've seen liquid fecal injected into another man's penis.
Yeah, Audra, the thing is, for that particular guy, he had such severe ulcerative colitis that he was going diarrhea 15 to 20 times a day and was in depression, and he lives out in rural Washington. And even though, you can donate feces and that have been screened and everything, he just uses his neighbors, and he's learned how to prepare it with the solution and the saline and everything else. And he's got his whole game down, so he can literally just have his neighbor drop off some Tupperware. There you go. And he can do some at-home holistic medicine.
I'm with Helifat. What's up with the dude that was just chilling out on the couch watching him?
Oh, he was doing the interview.
Yeah, he's the interviewer, Helifat. That's the guy from Vice News that actually got the joy of covering this story.
Yeah, he got the short straw.
My wife is a nurse, and I ran this by her, and I said, I got this video that this weird guy sent me, and I said, "You ever heard of it?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, that's a real thing." And she's like, "It's a treatment. It's it introduces good bacteria into their body, so it helps them out." And I said, "But you don't understand." I said, "This guy's getting it from his neighbor, and he's liquefying it at home." And she's like, "Oh no." she's like, "Yeah, oh no, that's bad." I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I got video of it. You want to watch?" Yeah, that was good.
Rob Ape just said, "Hey neighbor, can you do me a solid?" I think I'm a little double entendre there. Yogurt, isn't that a thing? Yes, it is, Zebra. It is. It's called probiotics, but these guys have bad stuff, so bad that this is the one thing. From the Vice report, they said this is like the Star Trek, the next frontier. There's so little research done in feces, but that they think can help with so many things that's a big new movement, relatively new in the medical field.
Movement. Very nice.
It's a big movement.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome.
Oh shoot, Audra said she wants to be on the live stream. Well, if Doug's not here, Johnny, can we arrange that?
Yeah, just shoot me the email address.
Audra, DM Johnny Grooms your email, and he'll do the magic.
Yeah, I'll shoot the
We're
invite.
gonna get Audra in here with us.
Heck yeah.
On my Instagram. Audra.
We like a strong female presence on Bearded Therapy, and I will have everyone know that we are having Audra on before Rob himself, the magician, the sorcerer, the enchanter of the beard world.
Hey, let's talk about women in the community for a second.
Yeah, let's do it. Go for it.
Hey, anyone that thinks, and I'll be the first to say it, that women don't have an influence in this community are wrong. That Cindy is a huge part of our company. Audra is a huge part of her company. Mrs. Crusher's Creations is a huge part of their company. And between when a guy puts a product in his beard, and I can tell you this for a fact. Hey, Doug. Hey,
Hi,
thanks for
Doug.
joining us. When a guy puts a product in his beard, the first thing he wants is his significant other to approve of.
Yeah.
That's it. And so women as creators or influencers in the creation process is a huge part in success. That they have a different sense of what they think they want, and guys have a different sense of what they think they want, and somewhere it has to all come together for it to work. So yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge supporter of women in this community.
Yeah.
I've had some amazing products that were created women-owned companies.
Yeah.
Am I cutting in and out?
You froze.
Yes. Yes, and your lips aren't moving either.
He's frozen.
There's some weird. I've got two different browsers up, and he's on one and not on the other. But he's frozen on this one.
I can't hear Joe.
You may need to leave and come back.
Yeah. Would refresh your stream.
I would leave completely and join the same link that Johnny sent you, and that should clear it up. Although why I'm telling him this if he can't hear me, I don't know. What the hell?
Yeah, I like a female presence. You know, they make good judgment calls. You know.
Hey, now Doug's back.
There he is. I see him blinking. All right, I think you're good.
I'm in and out.
Are we getting Audra in as
My
well,
internet
John?
sucks.
I sent the email to her.
Okay, Audra, you should have an email. Click on that link and click a couple buttons, and you can jump right in.
Ready?
All right, let me check the chat real quick. Wow, we got 20 watching, man. All amputation. Is that her?
Yeah.
Hey, there she is.
I'm
Hi,
here.
Audra.
Hey. I look like Pooh. Sorry.
No, we just showed the
There
Pooh,
you go.
Audra. You do not look like Pooh.
Well, I was planning on going to bed, and then Cynthia reminded me that there's a live stream. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, I got to watch this because Cynthia and Keith are on. So, and then you guys start talking gross medical shit, and I'm like, oh, now I got to be on the live stream. Like, this is my jam. This is my jam.
Maybe I should find some more gross medical shit.
No, please don't. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What do you think, Joe?
You know, if it's not blood, I don't know. It depends. There's some stuff out there that's just really, really hard to watch for me. My wife loves all those ER shows and stuff. She can handle it. I am a total wimp.
Hey, boys
Hey!
And girls.
Velvet
and
himself.
ladies.
God,
How you been, sir?
My beard, what?
Beard smells like strong. Babe, you're like you're not blocking the light
Oh,
here.
I'm sorry.
So, Audra, while you were in transition coming on, Keith was saying a lot of stuff about the role of women in the beard community, not necessarily just as creators, but just their role in it. Give us your take on that, because obviously you're pretty close to that kind of situation.
Right. I mean, I think a lot of it came to light this week, considering there was some things said to female owners. And it really like burned my butt, because it's like, I'm not an owner, I'm not a creator, but I'm in the background, and you know, it's like, we may not be downstairs experimenting, doing all this stuff, but we're the ones that are, supporting them. We're, I don't know how many times Rob has talked to Keith on Instagram, through Instagram chat, and he turns the camera and Cynthia's on top of the damn table lining bottles up. Like, we're labeling, we're testing, we're using the products because, why not use the products? It's good for your skin, so why not use them? Right. We're putting orders together. We're writing thank you notes. We're making sure that things are running so they don't have to worry about them at home. It's like, it's a constant struggle to deal with not only running a business, but running the family life behind the business and being that support system. Even if we're not actively making the products, it's like, we're actively supporting them and upholding, and we want to be part of the community. It's like, I can't grow a beard, but that doesn't mean that I'm not as supportive as somebody who can.
Right.
Right. And I love being part of the people that we've met. I mean, we got to go to North Carolina. We got to see Crusher. We got to see Acker. We got to meet their families.
We just missed
Joe. Apparently.
Yeah, just missed Joe.
We were hoping to go and see Jimmy, but that didn't work out, but we're making plans to hopefully do that again. We got to get Keith and Cynthia away from Missouri.
Yeah, that needs to happen.
Yeah, I want to say particularly with these two companies, like whenever I see Lone Bear, I think I've only seen Lone Bear once where it was just Keith. It's always Keith and Cindy. All right, when you're doing something like a live or something like that. And when it's Lone Bear, you usually see, if they're posting a picture, you usually see the both of them, or it could be either or, but they're always repping. And with you, Audrey, even when I was just going back and watching when Rob would do lives, you're either in the chat or in the live in some capacity, sometimes taking over the live, so, and I really dig that because I have 3 daughters and a wife I love dearly. And I love that female influence because I realize how valuable your role is. Like you say, all that behind the scenes stuff, plus just good pragmatic advice that sometimes we guys don't, even though we're making products for ourselves, a woman's input, I think, is always valuable because they're just going to look at things with a different set of eyes.
Right. We have to smack them around every once in a while, It's like when things start getting a little bit out of hand, it's like, the fact is, the bearded community is no different than any other community in the world. It doesn't matter if it's online or if it's in person or whatever. There's always going to be drama. There's always going to be criticism. There's always going to be good days, bad days, whatever. And sometimes you just have to smack the sense into people and be like, look, it's time to shut up, or now it's time to speak up, or whatever. It's time to be honest, or it's time to hold your tongue. Whatever, sometimes that's just needed, and it's not necessarily a negative thing. It's just part of the support system that you have. And it's like, we turn to a lot of people when, we're trying to develop something or we're having a tough time with something. And we found such wonderful support in everybody in this community that, we wouldn't be able to find anywhere else. So that makes a huge difference. I mean, I know I talked to the owner that we spoke about earlier that, was kind of looked down upon because of being a woman and a creator. And it was just sad because she was so appreciative to know that she was not alone. And it's like, you're not alone. There's tons of women in this community, whether they be creators or whether they just be the support systems backing up the creators. And it's not to say that we like, I'm in my lane and I will tell you when I will get out of it. But the fact is, it made me sad because it's like, she felt like she was so alone in the situation. And I know
I'll just drive slower to piss you off.
I'll just drive slower to piss you off. Yeah. But, and even talking to Cynthia last night, she said she's felt the same way before too, with feeling alone or feeling kind of, you know, left out or whatever. And it's not on Keith. Like that's not Keith
that's
always
certainly
includes
not
her.
me. It's just
No,
other-
but it's just
Not.
it's just other areas watching reviewers, and they want to give, you know, and I don't know whether it's necessarily I'm not saying this is everyone, but I've just seen it a lot where a reviewer may know that there is more than one guy involved in the company and what they're reviewing, but they only give credit to the one guy rather than saying, and so anyways, I just really, and I know I mentioned Audra, I said I really appreciate Joe because whenever he mentions Lone Bear, he mentions both of us and gives credit where it's due.
right.
If I could go back to that release party, this is the first time I saw a female role standing out, because we did the release party and then we did like a 3, 4, 5 hour chat after we went off the air. Now, somewhere, somehow, Keith became a little indisposed. I wasn't there.
A little?
And it was very early in the evening when it happened. But Cindy basically picked up the whole, because this was her release party too, right? It's the company. She picked up the whole ball of wax.
My camera, I look like I had a stroke.
And she just ran with it, you know? And it was Cindy hanging out with 4 or 5 guys, chatting for 4 or 5 hours, and I'm holding her alcohol better. And what the other thing I want to say there is that I was like, damn, look at this woman. And it just was really cool because I saw my wife kind of there, because my wife is very much queen of the household. She's sitting right next to me. But if I had maybe had, you know, something, if I had a home improvement project I had to do in the room that night and she had to take over, I know that she could do it.
Right.
Hey, I have a question for Doug.
All right.
Hey, Doug. So you do your reviews. The review I saw you did on a hammock. You actually wore a hat from these guys, which is fairly bearded brands. Do you remember
That's
that
right.
logo? And
I've got a red and black.
yeah, you do. And hey, they're really good friends of ours. And so you do like,
the hell's going on in Ohio?
I don't know, but so you do like outdoor
Next to my
products
chair. I
and
shit you not,
beard
that thing was
products,
like
correct, Doug?
humongous.
That's right. Yeah.
There's something about the way you do your review that I really just enjoy. You're laid back, and the one I saw was sitting on a hammock, and it just made me feel very relaxed on your demeanor, on how you presented yourself, and as a viewer, as a product user and stuff, you really made me feel comfortable listening to you talk, and I really liked the way you did that. I wanted to let you know that.
Well, I appreciate that. I started doing them in the bathroom in front of the mirror, kind of like most people do. And then as the bearded outdoorsman, I was like, I've got to take it outside. So there's a big challenge with that because the weather and everything else has to come into play and be on my side. But that's kind of the vibe I wanted to give. So I'm glad that's kind of what I'm putting off.
Yeah, Doug, I think your presentation is spot on as far as making the viewer feel comfortable watching you give your feedback.
I totally agree. When you went, because I remember I was watching your earlier stuff when you did a lot of stuff indoors, pretty much all your stuff indoors. And then when you made that move outside and the establishing shot of your video started to become the empty hammock and you would then come into frame, it was like I was watching, I don't know, like a a fishing channel or a hunting channel. You know, it just kind of felt like something, an outdoorsy kind of channel, even if you were reviewing beard product that week. And I got to tell you, dude, and I said this to you before when you had your hat made, you have one of my favorite logos out there. I love that logo. Is that the hat you're wearing tonight? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Now it's in blue and green,
cool.
and it's him sitting on the hammock, and it's blue and green. It's his Instagram, avatar icon, whatever you want to call it. But I love, as far as the reviewers' logos go, I love that logo, dude.
My wife actually designed this for me. I told her what I wanted, and she designed the logo for me. And CP Designs, I sent it to him, and he was able to get it in kind of a washed look.
Yeah.
It's killer.
Yeah. That's a good one. The music. I'm checking the chat. Yeah, Joey Hookham says it is a cool logo. Zebra says the bearded community is about love and caring, and we can't leave our women out of the equation or we'll be lonely men.
That's true.
Well, that's why they make fleshlights, isn't it? I mean, that's
Did Joe say that?
Yes. Apparently, that's why they make fecal transplants too. So, if you're ever lonely, just invite your neighbor over for a fecal transplant.
2 girls, 1 fecal transplant.
Want to replay that video? Play it.
Hey, Johnny, did we have another reaction video or not?
No, we have. I got distracted.
That's like the new age scat party.
Oh my god.
Scat. Holy cow, there's a Doug term right there. Scat is the outdoorsman.
I'm sorry about the screaming earlier. There was literally a spider like the size of my hand.
And Joe,
I can do anything gross. I can do blood, guts, gore, everything. I don't do spiders. Do not do spiders.
Yeah, I'm not a big insect guy either.
Yeah, I had a big one behind me. I just killed it.
I can do any other, most other insects I'm fine with, but I do not do I mean, I guess it's not an insect, it's an arachnid. Is it considered an insect?
What?
Is an arachnid an insect?
They're all
No, it's an arachnid.
Okay. I'm like, yeah, I don't do 8-legged things. How about that?
Yeah.
If I can see its eyeballs, I don't want it near me.
Well, I
it
guess
had
that rules Rob out of the picture, huh?
Yeah, right.
Hey,
If they're
Joe.
hairy and I can see their eyeballs, I don't want them near me.
Rob, you better darken the room, brother. Make sure there's no light on.
All right, let's test this. I'm going to test the limit of this stream here. Hold on.
Ooh, are we going to watch more gross stuff? Because I'm all about
bring
that.
someone else in, Johnny Grooms.
What's it? No? I'm going to see if I can add one more person here.
Johnny's already gone Maverick on me with that fucking pinky shit.
That was awesome.
I can look at it like that, Keith. I can't look at it when the dude is yanking on your skin to cover your
That
nose.
that's really, that isn't your own. Are you lefty?
No.
No, I'm right-handed.
Okay, well, at least 2 and the pink one and the stink isn't out, so.
You gotta make Cindy blush here.
Did you see it when I said Keith's living that nub life?
Yeah, living the nub life.
Wait,
I don't think we're gonna make Cindy blush, Keith. You don't know what we were talking about while you were snoozing it off, a few months ago.
I know. You got thick skin.
Keith, I screenshotted that picture.
Oh no! Of the operation?
When you're passed out snoring in your bed.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was great.
That was on the couch. That was on this couch right here.
I thought he went in the room. No, I thought he went in the room.
No, he went in the room.
No.
Did he go in the room?
I was on this couch.
Yeah, he was on this
Oh, he was
couch.
on the couch.
I
Okay.
don't think he could make it to the room.
Yeah.
No. That's an excellent point,
I'm
Andra.
surprised. I'm honestly surprised he made it off the kitchen table. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, Johnny, let's do a giveaway.
All right.
okay.
Outstanding. Oh shit! That's the Autumn Bear
Oil and bomb combo?
oil
and
bomb
bomb
combo. Outstanding.
what's the scent profile on that, Keith?
It is a manly pumpkin spice, heavy on the
Man.
cinnamon, heavy on the clove. If you hate cinnamon and clove, this isn't the scent for you.
No.
If you like something that's bold and not a Starbucks coffee with
Really, babe?
and
Oh, we got to do something with the volume on your end, guys.
We have to mute that mic so you guys get that.
then
What?
this scent's for you.
Yeah,
You can't be in here. You have to go in there.
I'm going in the house.
I don't get much of the pumpkin at all, which I like, because although I like pumpkin, I know fall pretty much means everything's going to be pumpkin. So I
Right.
don't mind having the pumpkin pulled back, and it was just enough. By the way, show that label again, Keith. I think this is my favorite label that you guys have come up with. I think this is just a gorgeous label.
It's very bright. I
It's
love
very
it.
orange, very autumnal, very fall. I dig it.
Yeah, especially with
There
all
we
the,
go.
Wow, the big words.
Well, I'm an English
Phenomenal.
teacher, Audra. You deal with blood and piss, and I deal with words, I guess.
I guess so. I mean, I know some big words like the medications, but damn.
Like fecal transplant.
Hey, I just learned how to pronounce metoprolol, okay? So,
Yes, Rob, really. I do not bring the vocab down a notch. I'm a model for my students. I will drop an autumnal on your North Carolina ace if I want.
oh my God.
All right, so how do you want to do this, Keith? I hate the random number generator. I always like something a little more interesting.
shit. I don't have a
Do
random
a
number generator.
question.
Let's do a question.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, I got one. All right, get ready to watch, whoever. If you know enough about Lone Bear, this should be very easy. If you don't, you might struggle. Who occupies the Lone Bear family's hearts during the autumn when it comes to pro football? Who is their favorite pro football team? Who is Lone Bear's favorite pro football team?
Cleveland
The
Browns.
Bears.
No Bears. Okay.
I'm watching the chat. No one is saying a thing. We got 20 watching. Oh, Ryan C. in the house. Ryan C. nailed it. If I'm not mistaken, lady and gentleman, you are Chiefs fans?
No.
I'm a Chiefs fan.
Okay. That's what I
So-
was going for, because I've seen you guys post Chiefs stuff and being at Arrowhead and
All
stuff.
right. So let's play a double down.
Oh, dear. Keith, go ahead, Keith.
A
'Cause Ryan
second
said
set
Okay.
set for Cindy's team.
Oh, okay. So, Ryan C., you're a winner. Who does Cindy hold close to her heart when it comes to pro football? I don't know this one. Javi says Packers. Steelers.
Javi got it.
Javier got it.
Javier in the house. You're a Packer fan, Cindy.
Yeah,
I'm a Viking fan, but I still like you.
I still like you too.
So,
You know the Packers just beat them the other week, and Javi's Bears did as well.
so
I know.
some people don't know that Cindy's actually a Wisconsin native. And so Cindy and I met through work, and she is from Wisconsin. Now Doug's upside down.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug, you look great upside down, by the way.
All right. So, this is going to be a little self-serving. I know of one Wisconsin beard company called Bearded Wisconsin. I am going to contact him. But if he stymies me, I'm going to need a co-host for UBA Wisconsin, Cindy.
Oh,
Would you be willing to do that? You don't have to answer right now on the air, but I'm just propositioning you for that. I know both Lone Bear people did Missouri for me, and I love that episode. But there aren't too many Wisconsinites out there that I know of. So just think about that for a little while. It's going to be down the road.
all right.
All right. So
I'll give it some thought.
Ryan C. wins the autumn. And it was the second one autumn as well, Keith and Cindy?
Yes. Yes.
Javi Sotelo wins the autumn. You guys are in store for a nice treat. That's a great set. Well
So
done.
Ryan C, Instagram us with your address, if you would, please. I have Javier's.
Javi, did you know that one, or was that just a guess? Because you came up with that one pretty quick.
He knew it.
He knew it.
We knew it.
We've
He
talked.
knew it. What happened?
What?
Oh, just to catch you up, I guess. We just gave away 2 oil and balm sets. And the question was, who is well, it was a double hit because
And Ryan won and Hobby won, right?
Yeah.
And Keith,
Okay.
Ryan C says he already has it. Can he pass it on to Joey Hookham if Joey doesn't have it?
Joey's got shipped out on today.
All right, Ryan C. I love the pay it forward idea.
Very
Maybe you and Keith can talk about that. But that's awesome, Ryan. I appreciate that. Ryan's my guy out in Utah.
All right, so Ryan, let's Instagram me and we'll hook you up with a different scent. How's that?
There we go. Might I suggest the Noble Bear?
Jill likes the Noble Bear.
I like the Noble Bear too.
And I want to say this one more time. I've said it before, but hell, you're our guest tonight. Missouri bees or Kansas bees, I'm assuming it's Missouri bees, are the bomb because I will now only buy unscented balm when I need it from Lone Bear because those bees and the way they produce their balm give a slight hint of the honey. You can smell the honey in the beeswax ever so slightly, and it's lovely. It's not going to interfere with the oil you're using, but it's just a lovely little smell to come off that balm. Best unscented balm I've smelled.
Yeah, thank you.
I gotta try.
Legit.
I gotta try
I love
the bear and sun bear. I gotta try the rest of them.
I love that natural honey scent.
Yeah, Rob.
Yep, just comes straight from the bees.
Mm-hmm.
We don't add anything into it. It's completely 100% natural right there.
Right. That's what that's something I love too is we have friends who are beekeepers and that's where we get our honey from. We get it locally. So that's always a plus.
Yeah, I agree.
Growing while helping other small businesses grow. You know what I mean?
I love that. It's like the snout to tail movement in local, eateries or what have you. And that's kind of like the Beard Company's version of that,
Right.
Bearded Zebra asks, which one is the coffee? That would be our Perk Bear. I don't have a bottle of it sitting right in front of us. I can get one now. Oh. Thank you. That one was infused. So I can speak to that just a little bit. It's the infusion. It's what
I'll
you
be right
get.
back. I gotta do something.
And with our process, as far as the balm is concerned, it might be just a little bit muted, which could be a downer, but it still does its job.
And Johnny would agree with that based on his review.
Mm-hmm.
That the balm doesn't have that scent that the oil has. It has a little bit. You can smell a little more probably of the shea butter in the balm than that scent itself.
But I really loved the idea that Johnny had where you can combine the Perk Bear and the Autumn Bear and have your Starbucks latte.
Starbucks latte.
That was an awesome idea. Great tip.
Yeah, I like to mix like products together and do all that, even with different companies. Like I always say it, Crusher's Creation is Sinful, the old one, is like the oil that I can pair with a bunch of different balms. It's like a Swiss Army knife of oils. I always say it because that's what I use it for. I mean, I noticed it when I was wearing it, and then I threw in Scotch Porter's like really creamy balm, and I'm like, holy crap, this really goes together, like And then I started experimenting with other balms, and it like just all went great, So that's why like whenever I get a couple combo packs from a company, I'll mix match and all that stuff, and the Autumn Bear and the coffee and Perk Bear, they went together, and it was good. Like I love the oil too. It really smells like like fresh brewed black coffee. Like I really, and then as it warms up, you get the different scent in there. Like I really like the scent of the oil. Smelling it now.
Barn Brand Beards had a question: is Brew Bear not available anymore? And that would be a true statement. Because of the process to make that one, it was different in of its own self.
Is that a beer?
The Brew Bear? No, it's not a beer. It was our first coffee scent.
Okay.
Right.
Rob Acker just asked, and I know Keith. When I bought, what's the black pepper bear called again? There it is. There's what Rob asked. What's the black pepper scent? Which bear is that?
Black bear.
Black
bear.
Yeah.
And Keith sent me samples. Rob just asked, what's the strongest lone bear scent? For my money, it would either be Noble or Autumn. And I haven't smelled the coffee or the papa, but I've smelled all the rest of the line. If spice is your game, that spice jumps out of Autumn. But I also like the kick of the Noble as well. I think the Noble comes out of bottle nice and ready to go too.
Noble and Autumn are by far our two strongest scents. 100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Noble stays with you.
Yeah, it does.
Autumn stays with you. Both of those scents are very solid scents. We have a lot of scents that don't last long. We have a lot of scents that aren't super strong, and we understand that. But those are two of our longest, strongest scents for sure.
And those happen to be my two favorite. Although I'm just partial black pepper, but I do like the black bear as well. Yeah. But that black pepper is a stronger kind of scent, and it fades quickly in the black bear. But yeah, I'm all about. I mean, we have Honest Ape on here. He's no stranger to long and strong scents. That's the kind of the oils I really prefer. Are those real long lasting ones?
Yeah.
I love the hat, Rob.
You know what? I it just didn't feel right. With Keith over there rocking the ape hat, I was like, you know what? Let me go do this. Show some love.
Thank you,
Rob. A quick question for you.
I love this hat.
You've been kind of incognito, at least in my looking at Instagram lately. And who knows if I'll ever get you back on here. Johnny and I will keep trying, but you're a busy man. You got plans for the fall with Ape, for the winter with Ape? Just to give us a quick tease.
Oh, so the plan is, so there's a lot. It's the being incognito.
Do you have the TV on?
What?
Do you have the TV on?
Nothing is on.
Okay, well I keep hearing feedback.
Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, so Frosty will be back by the end of November, which is kind of our winter scent. It's buttercream mint, and it'll run through winter. And then we've got some other things that we're going to do. I think we're going to work on a couple more co-washes, but I'd say the big thing that's on our list is the women's line. So I think we will have three different scents and 5 different products for women that we're going to be trying to get out by, I'd say, late November.
Now, Audra, you brightened up when he said that.
I'm excited about the women's line. It's our nephew is the one that's kind of steamheading that. That's his baby. He loves it. He loves it. He loves making it. He loved coming up with the ideas. And he's come up with a lot of scent profiles, but he's always, I kind of come in and do the fine tuning, like, no, you have too much of this, or there's not enough of that, or whatever. And it's been a lot of fun to kind of develop it. We're going to have a lotion, oil, body wash, sugar scrub,
and a balm.
And all the scents. I mean, we have probably I don't even, it's probably like
They're-
12 cents, but we're just going through the development of the first 3 or 4 just to try and, we want to have, you know, some variety. And especially for Christmas coming up, you know, we want to get the ladies involved in this too. I mean, it's not just, we don't want to just be, we don't want to, you know, stick ourselves in just the beard category. We want to kind of service everybody.
Yeah. Right.
So we've, you know, created this separate line, and it's going to be called Honest Babe.
Nice.
And all these scents are going to be named after famous women.
Nice.
So we have one that's called Darrow. That is our black cherry Merlot, and it smells freaking phenomenal. We have Amelia, after Amelia Earhart. And that's like an ocean ozone, like very airy scent.
Good call. That's awesome.
And then we have another one called Selena. So after the famous singer Selena,
Latino singer,
a Latina singer, and it's more floral. It's not my favorite, and I've told him that, but a lot of women who've tested it love it, and it's got a lot of rose. So, I want to come up with one named Florence, after Florence Nightingale.
Okay,
I really
nurse, right?
Kind of hard to make one that smells sweet and smells good, like, you know, based off of a nurse thing, but we'll figure out something.
It's gonna smell like Keith Carterized finger nub.
Yes.
with a fecal transplant back note.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what the finish is gonna be.
So yeah, we're really excited about it. That's something that we've been this has been probably over a year in the making of coming up with scents and trying to figure out. It's going to be all natural, like our body wash is goat's milk. You know, we use all goat's milk and all natural products, just to kind of go along the, we want it to be as healthy and natural as possible, so that you get the best benefits out of a product. Having stuff like, when you go the all natural route, you really lessen the impact of possibilities with like allergies, allergic reactions, dermatitis, things like that can come up with some of the mainstream chemicals that are put into most stuff.
And Joe, so what we've actually been doing, like we just had a big meet over the weekend in Pennsylvania, and the shows that we've been doing, we've actually been taking samples out for women to try, just so we can get some feedback from people outside of the bearded community. And it's been fantastic. So I've been messaged by multiple women that we met at the event this past weekend. They're like, we love it. We can't wait for it to come out. So it's super exciting. So while Audra and Ivan are working on that, I'll actually be doing all the artwork for the labels and things like that. And then, the things that obviously I'll be working on for the ape, getting Frosty ready. I think we're going to, like I said, release a couple more co-washes. And that'll probably be it to kind of wrap up the year and get ready for the holidays and things like that. But we've got a few more events coming up. But other than that, that's it. But I'll tell you what, come 2020, strap on your boots, boys.
Now, I want to boomerang that same question over to Keith and Cindy, but I wanted to ask you one more, because you were working on a scent called Delta Blues. Is that still, what's going on with that one?
Yeah, so that's kind of Ivan's baby too. As far as it's something he wanted to create to kind of capture that southern morning. He grew up in Mississippi and graduated down there. And he was actually down here today. I got orders together, and he grabbed them and took them out and shipped them. And we were discussing it, and it's the way the scent is. I think we're actually going to push that off until spring.
Okay, yeah, good, probably good call. All right.
I don't think it would be. I don't think the impact of the scent would do it as much justice through the winter months as it would if we did a fresh release during the spring.
And we were so busy during the summer. It was really hard. I mean, we had 1812 come out in June, and that was such a big. I mean, we were really. I mean, it's just with any company. You put out a new set and you're really hoping to hit a home run with it.
Yeah.
I know Cynthia and Keith. How do you deal with that too? But I think it was bigger than we expected it to be.
Good.
We built up a lot of hype for that one, and it really, blew up. And then we did our first, was it buy one, get one? Is that what we did?
Yeah, that was
oh
the
my
first
God.
time
We were not prepared for the buy one, get one.
Yeah.
No, it was like,
we were expecting, we were thinking, okay, this might be a hit. We ran out of everything: boxes, filler, oils, labels, and we were like, okay, we're not doing this again. And so we're like,
but
for
that's
sure,
a wonderful problem to have.
Yeah.
It is a wonderful problem to have, but then once it got to the end of it, it was like, okay, well, you guys got to wait a little bit longer because we have to get this. We don't want our presentation to fail just because we underestimated the outcome for that.
I don't like putting up the out of order sign on the website because we're like, oh well, shit, what do we do now?
Right. We didn't want to do that. So we had a really busy summer with those two things, and then we took our first family vacation for the first time in 3 years, and then got back from that, and shortly after I started my job, and we've been house hunting, and we've just been balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Since
Babe, you took the words right out of my mouth. That's
All right, Keith and Cindy. Now I don't want to hurry past Autumn Bear because that's the new release. But Lone Bear, you took a little time off during the summer. I think we found out why tonight. And coming into the winter and into the new year, anything that you can hint at without giving too many secrets away for Lone Bear in the next couple months?
In the next couple months, we've got. We're going to have a butter that comes out.
The nighttime butter.
In addition, we're going to have a stronghold balm that comes out. For me, that's not really much of a necessity.
Right.
I have pretty much I have a pretty thin beard anyway, and my beard is I'm kind of at the point where gravity takes a lot of control. Kind of up here in the cheeks is where I need a little help. But other than that, it just pretty much comes down. I have very thin, very straight hair. But so we have a stronghold balm, we have a butter, and we have 2 collaborations that should be launching soon. One is becoming one is probably going to be an easier collaboration than the other, and
they're never easy, Keith.
I'll tell you what, we've done a lot of work on one, and we're not there yet.
Right.
We wish we were there already. We're not, but if it's not 100% right, I don't want to do it. So and that's where Cindy and I are both at. We are patient, and if it's not right, we're not doing it. So
Keith, I'm with you 100%. We should never pump out products just to pump out products.
No,
Right.
and
You know what I mean? Ever.
no. And one of the neat things is, I mean, we launched our company with 3 scents. It was grizzly bear, black bear, and Arctic bear. And those 3 scents are how we launched our company. All 3 scents are still in our product line. Black Bear's been on the chopping block multiple times. And, as soon as we're like, all right, at the end of the month, we're done with that. And then we'll have something happen and that sin will go through the roof. And then it's like, well, maybe we should just keep it, And
that's happened.
And Black Bear's been on the chopping block a couple times, but has never made it on the floor. But we have a lot in the works. We're really excited about the stuff in the works, but we're not in a hurry. And like I said, if it's not right, we're not doing it. One thing that we have done is with both of these collaborations, we are moving to using fragrance oils on top of essential oils, which that's a common thing for us as a company is every product that we've put out thus far
Right.
has been essential oils.
Right.
There's a downfall to that. And that downfall is the scent doesn't last forever. And it doesn't last very long. The shelf life isn't as great as fragrance oils, and honestly, it was touched on a little bit last week that if 99% of the people out there don't care, then why are we
Catering to the 1%?
Catering to the 1%. So as a company, we learn, we grow, and we're moving to try to get something that lasts a little longer, and we have a little bit better, a little bit larger palette, or what is it? Palette.
Pallet's good. That's a good
Yeah.
word.
You have a larger
palette.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
A larger
palette to work from.
A larger palette to paint our picture.
Right.
There you
Right.
go.
Yeah. And so I wanted to get it right. And so,
Hey,
because she'll tell me afterwards, like, why did you use palette? That was a stupid word.
hey, Keith. Brett Berlin was asking if you guys have hats available.
We have some hats available. We have not a lot. I know we have a couple of the green and gold, which are Packers colors. With a bear on it. Which
that's kind of
at the time we did it, we thought this will be great, all these Green Bay people and stuff, but then you think about it and they're like, well, what Packer fan wants a bear on their hat? And so it's like, hey, here it is, you're a Packer fan with a bear on your hat. And so and so anybody that doesn't know, the Packers don't like the Bears.
Right.
So
We need to have an Honest Abe and Lone Bear collab and name it Honest Bear.
Oh, I love that. That'd be
cool.
really cool. Great
Yeah.
idea, Audra.
That'd be fun. That'd be.
Dig it.
That
Hey,
would be
Keith,
fun.
I'll make it easy on you.
What?
Well, hey,
Good
we'll,
collab.
I thought he froze.
hey, we'll only be able to do the collab if we can do it in person, though.
Oh, there you go.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
bring it
Okay.
on.
And make it.
That sounds fun. That sounds fun. Where it's hey, we'll come up to Ohio or whatever, and
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Spend a weekend in the lab.
You bring
And we
some
can-
Missouri beer and all your essentials and fragrances to Ohio. Rob meets you with his oils and fragrances and some Ohio beer, and you all just hang out in the lab and produce shit. That would be awesome.
And
Wouldn't that be
we
cool?
we would record every minute of that.
Oh, that
Yeah.
release that shit like in 20
Well, we all know how it happens when it's always like some obscene like. Listen, dummy.
You live streaming on Twitch.
You don't
Leave it. Let it go.
screwed for an electric.
There's a market for that. People want to see it. All right. Well, we're at 10:35.
Why don't you start a show?
I would watch it because you guys are more real to me than reality TV people, and I would totally watch it. Look, when I first got on here, I watched Jimmy Atkins label his fucking products and found that riveting. All right. Long before Ruddy Man was what Ruddy Man is, I found that riveting.
Hey, you got to start somewhere. He started from the bottom, and look where he's at now, man. He's like Jimmy's doing the damn thing. That's another great company, like that. We are so proud to be
with another woman getting more.
With another one, yeah. Shasta's running that shit over there. Okay, she's doing the artwork. She's telling him, "No, you're stupid. Don't do that." Like she is. Now she doesn't say that. Like she's a godly woman. You know, like she is A+ type of woman, but. You know, she's running it behind the scenes, and it's like that's an important part of it. You know,
but Joe, you know damn good well I'm hearing that shit. She's like, "Shut up, dummy! Don't do it." Like,
true.
Yeah.
See, I mean, how many times on the pipe video did I tell him to shut up and sit down? Like all the time when he did that. When I gave him his handmade bullfrog pipe for his birthday, I was like, "Shut up and sit down and be quiet. Like, just open the damn present."
And I'm not even going to christen it until we find a house. I'm waiting until we get a house.
Nice.
And then I'm going to go out and I'm going to be like, I'm going to put my mowing hat on and I'm going to feel like a fucking wizard. I'm just going to sit out there and I'm just going to smoke. That's it. I'm just going to chill with a beer or a glass of bourbon, whatever it may be, and I'm going to have my pipe, and I'm just going to be like, "This is it."
There you go.
Yeah.
Rob might even have his birthday pipe.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
That was months in the making of that damn thing. Okay, because he changed his mind about 3 times, and then I'm talking to Jeremiah on the sly, like this dumbass can't figure out what the hell he wants. So Jeremiah was the bomb.
So I wanted something kind of all its own, and I love the look of an elephant's foot, but I love the long stem of like the church warden, and what him and Audra came up with together, and Jeremiah's craftsmanship, which is it's honestly it's godly. Like the way he works his magic with a square block of wood is just crazy, and turns it into this piece of art it's amazing. And here's the kicker though. Is Jeremiah posted it, and I was like, "Oh, that's it. That's exactly what I want. Like, I love that pipe. It's so awesome." And then it comes in, and I was like, "Here's your birthday present." I'm like, "What?" And I looked up, and like, I was like fat kid in the cupcake shop. I was
told him to post. See if he said anything.
I was so ecstatic. I was beyond words. I couldn't believe it.
All right, that is awesome. I'm glad we had 2 of the power couples on here tonight. So we heard what the ape and the bear are doing coming up. Doug, what can we expect from the Bearded Outdoorsman channel in the next couple of weeks? What have you?
I got plenty of reviews lined up. Beard products, and I've got a new hammock in. I've got a hiking trip planned in the coming weeks, so that'll be at least 1 video. If it turns out like last year, it'll turn into about 3 or 4. But a couple hiking videos, beard product reviews, a little bit of everything.
That is awesome. Because I'm always very quick, even though now I'm starting to grow my beard back. I don't have anything planned outside of being Tyson's hype man for the Beardies. I'm very excited about this. So that's where I'm going to devote my efforts, wherever I can help him make this as big and as rich an event as possible. Johnny, what's coming from you, brother?
Well, first, if you've noticed, if you've seen any of my previous videos before I started doing like soul beard care stuff, I try a lot of female products. So I'm very excited about the whole women's line from ISA for, and so I'm gonna be buying those and using them for me. I shave my head with a lady razor, a couple of lady razors actually, and actually shaved my head tonight with a lady's razor because it was way better than like the Gillette Skin Guard I usually use. You know, those big ones with the big like shea butter jammies on the side of the blades. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. It's because ladies' razors are made to like shave upwards because that's how women shave their legs. So when you shave your head, you're kind of going upwards, you know. So there you go. But my next few reviews coming up are there's some soap reviews. I'm doing Beard Gents, the coffee bar, and I just got my shipment from Morning Mist soaps, and they are delicious. I love the way they smell. So that's
I've heard amazing things about her stuff.
Yeah, I just dropped mine. Morning Mist and Beard Gents, not on the same week, will be guests this fall on Beard Therapy, both of them. Before we call it a night, Cindy, I noticed you got a friend over there. What's going on with you?
I do. This guy is so cool. So we were at a show. We were vendors at a show, and it was kind of an outdoorsy. We were actually in a barn, and there were vendors outside too. This guy makes these carvings out of wood, but what he uses is phenomenal to me. A chainsaw.
Yep.
And so he spent a little bit of time with Keith getting educated on how to use beard care. And, he thought, he just really liked the way that Keith helped him out, figure out how to take care of his beard. He had a decent beard. He just got frustrated because he didn't know how to take care of it. It would break off and stuff like that. Well, he says, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna make you something so you can have him sitting on your table, kind of, So now he's like our mascot, and for the longest time we had Sun Bear in here, so his name is Sunny. And we take him to most of our shows that we go to. Now, the last one we didn't because we forgot, and I'm just kind of glad we didn't because he could have gotten some damage to him. But
no, that's awesome.
Thank you.
I got to tell you, this is something. I mean, Rob mentioned it with the pipe. You're mentioning it with this woodworker. Jimmy has his friend that does the leather work. It's very kind of 1800s in this community with all the artisans, exchanging. Oh, here's some beard oil, here's some leather, here's some wood. I dig that. I just dig that whole like bartering or sharing of art. Yeah. I think it's such a cool kind of byproduct of the extension of the beard community. Because then when you guys show us this kind of stuff, we get exposed to it. And it's like, oh shit, I would like that leather apron or what have you, Right.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool. All right, guys, it's 10:43. I wish we could go longer, but I think we're going to call it a night. I want to thank Keith and Cindy. Thank you very much, Lone Bear. We love you. You know that. I want to thank you, man, Doug. Thank you for coming on, Doug.
Sorry, I had technical difficulties.
That's okay. Hey, Johnny and I plan on doing this until one of us dies, which will be me. Hey. So we'll have you back on here.
I think I got it figured out in the last 30 minutes, so I'm good next time. I'm good.
Right. Well, we'll be looking for you come the new year. Yeah. And of course, Audra, we're still going to get you on here somewhere down the road too. Audra and I were just talking about that. And of course, Rob, we got to get you on here, but thank you both for just coming in as cameos tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys letting me on. Let me pop in.
Hey, there's one quick thing.
Go ahead, Keith.
There's over 100 million people in the United States that can grow facial hair. Over 60 million people have facial hair in the United States.
Yes.
There is a huge market out there, and there's room for a whole lot of companies.
Yep.
So I think tonight, and you've seen this through a lot of things that we've been on, that we're friends with Rob and Audra. We're friends with a couple other companies out there.
Yeah.
Hey, we look at each other as brothers. There's a huge market out there. And how many people would take the live stream? Rob's wearing our hat. I'm wearing Rob's hat. And I love Rob and Audra, and Cindy does too.
And for
And we
everybody
love
here,
you.
that was
And
completely
just
not
like they
planned.
do. Yeah, we didn't call each other up or anything like that. This is just love in the community. So there's 60 million people out there. I guarantee you 60 million people aren't using beard products. So what needs to happen is some education.
Right.
And
Right.
what Doug's doing out there is exactly what needs to happen, is
Yeah.
a little bit of education for this community, for somebody that says, man, I didn't realize there was something out there for my beard. I didn't know that. I mean, we talk to people all the time that, what, you mean his beard doesn't have to feel like a bale of hay? It doesn't have to feel like,
That still
it doesn't have to smell like sweat or something. No,
And
it
it's not
doesn't.
dirty.
Right. And so what Doug's doing is exactly what needs to happen.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. And people
So
have
keep it
to
up,
realize,
Doug.
like
Doug,
other
you're doing
companies
awesome.
and everything, companies and reviewers and things like that, educators, they have to realize, like Keith said, there's 60 million people with beards, facial hair, what have you. This isn't a competition. It's a community. We're here to support each other, you know, and that's what's important, is supporting one another. Because if you don't start supporting each other, people fail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's just in the United States. That's
Yeah.
not
Just in the
worldwide.
United States.
Yeah. Very cool.
So
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I want to thank you all for coming on tonight. Audience, I want to thank you for hanging with us for almost 2 full hours. We'll be back here next week, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Thanks, y'all. Have a good Thanksgiving and
everyone have a
Halloween.
good night.
And I'll be looking for y'all on IG. Take care and good night.
There it is.
Love
The
ya.
strong hand.
Thanks.
We're almost clear.